In the previous video, we discussed the predominant role states play in international law, which states continues to play even in the contemporary times also. But there is a slight change that needs to be taken note of with regard to the general structure of international law, that is in relation to individuals. Of late, individuals also have become part of international law in certain respects, in the sense that individuals are also being governed by the international legal framework. Now, this has taken place in the form of the development of international human rights law. Now, the development of international human rights law after the Second World War, primarily within the framework of the United Nations institutional structures, has led to bringing individual onto the field of international law. In other words, in the field of international human rights law, individual and states relation is directly governed by the international legal framework. As we discussed in the previous video, we focused more on how international law's larger part primarily governs relations between states in the form of their rights and obligations. But when it comes to the role of individuals in international law, it is basically the international law in the framework of international human rights law governs relations between the state and its individuals. In other words, states accept international obligations as to how they treat their individuals in relation between them. So, therefore, what the international human rights law makes, the difference that international human rights law makes to international law is that it moves from the traditional understanding of regulation of relations between states to regulation of relations between states and its individuals. This in certain respects have brought several changes to the understanding of international law. The next question that arises is that if the relation between states and individuals are regulated, if there is a violation of these rights that are exercised or that individuals are entitled to, what would be the consequences to it? Now, the answer is difficult to sum it up in a specific manner, in the sense that there is no specific international institutional mechanism where individuals can claim their justice through the framework of international law. Now, the institutional framework of a little more dispersed, in the sense that there are certain regional mechanisms which provide justice to individuals in the event of violation of international human rights law. There are certain international bodies which are generally referred to as treaty bodies and other institutional mechanisms where individuals claim justice on the ground of violation of international human rights law by their respective states. So, what is the significance of human rights law framework is that international law directly governs relations between states and individuals. So, at one level, in the form of rights and obligations and the remedies framework is contemplated as part of international human rights law, but the role of the individuals has moved from the remedies framework to the justice framework in the frame of a criminal justice frame, which is a recent phenomenon. In the last 2 or so decades, there has been a development towards the idea of international criminal justice. With this, the current video ends on the role of the individuals, which is a brief discussion about the relation between the individual and the state, and in the next video we would be discussing the international criminal justice and the individual criminal responsibility, which is being seen as an important component of the global justice at the international level in contemporary times. Thank you.